Hello and welcome to another edition of Droppin Baums with me, your host, Corey Baumeister. As always with the lovely folks over at StarCityGames.com. Alright, so this week we are playing Izzet Emerge, a deck that we tried on Versus Live, or better yet, Ross tried on Versus Live against me. Really impressed me, so I wanted to give this deck a spin, try to make some changes and improve the deck. I did so in the deck tech, but don't go fast forwarding there if you don't want any of the matches spoiled. I do talk about the individual matches, so check out the matches, watch that after for some analysis on cards I liked and didn't like. Alright, without further ado, enjoy the games. Alright, and welcome to round one here with Izzet Emerge. We're on the play. Let's try this deck out. I have some really high hopes for this deck. I think it is quite good. Now this hand is okay. I think we keep this just on the power of Chart a Course. Having lands on the play, I generally like more than on the draw. I think if I was on the draw, I would snap mulligan this. But on the play, we're going to do a close keep just because we're going to make our land drops. We have a little bit of interaction as well as some card manipulation. So we're going to try this. Not the best or anything, but I think it is good enough to keep. All right, we'll see what our opponent does. Opponent keeps 7 as well. We're just going to start with this Fumarole. One of the few man lands or creature lands in the format that are actually good. Or just playable. Or just, you know, besides Mutavault, there's really no other man lands. Okay, we're glad that wasn't a Thoughtseize. Ooh, a graveyard deck. That might not be the best for us. Okay, we definitely don't want to Brazen Borrower this. So we're going to start with a Chart a Course. And just discarding a Steam Vent here. Now, some world where next turn we might just want to play Brazen Borrower and then the turn after double Chart a Course and just refuel our hand. That's a little slow, so we'll see what we truly have time for. This is probably the Dredgeless Dredge. Yep, Creeping Chills, Prize Amalgams. Chromatic Anglers, okay. So missed on the land. That could be good for us. Either way, this is a deck where we're going to have to really rely on the power of Kozilek's Return to be able to sweep the board maybe multiple times. We shall see if this is a good matchup or not. I don't think it's very good to just Chart a Course here. Think I want to get a creature in play, so we're just going to go with Canal. Now we do have the option of petty thefting something, but very high percentage chance we're just playing Brazen Borrower. We probably don't have the best of sideboards against a graveyard deck. There's not a ton of them around, so we're not necessarily super prepared. So this could be a bit of a scary matchup, actually. All right. So probably just trying to get Haunted Dead back. Which is a good play. I mean, it can still block the Brazen Borrower, which is pretty terrifying. Because you really want those for your emerge targets as well. All right, we're going to try it. Or Kindling Phoenix is a pretty solid draw. Now, we have to decide if we actually want to attack. Or if we want to play Chart a Course, excuse me. And I kind of think we don't. I think I would rather just play Rekindling Phoenix and kind of use that as a wall for now. So yeah, let's do that. So we're going to leave Brazen Borrower back just because this Haunted Dead makes a 1/1. And that's a pretty bad exchange right now. Kindling Phoenix is a pretty good card right now, though. Trading with Amalgams. I mean, Amalgams come back as well, but so do Phoenixes. We're the graveyard deck now. All right. So they did this at end step. That's the wrong time to do that. You want to do that at the end of main phase 1. So we caught a little break there by our opponent maybe not realizing the exact interaction there. Another Haunted Dead to the graveyard, though. Okay, wow. Driven to despair. Yikes. Okay. Menace, trample. All right, well, we can block one creature and keep one card in our hand. And they get to draw a lot of them. That is terrifying. And now the amalgams still come back. All right, we really got to chain together some creatures here. Now, can we afford to attack 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? No, we'd be dead on board. So that's a no-go. We'll chart a course. All right, well, there is... well, that is good, actually. That is really good. So we discard this. And this does cost 3. So I get to start getting a little aggressive. We're going to get in there. Now, upkeep. We're probably just tapping down creatures here. Cast with Emerge. What do we want to tap? Prized Amalgam. Prized Amalgam. And we could tap the green sources if we were feeling like it. Don't think that seems great. I think we're just going to try to tap creatures here. Otherwise, they just use the mana that we would tap to just activate Haunted Dead anyways. So we're definitely sacrificing. Going to get another Deep Fiend. We don't need to sacrifice this one. Now, we are punished if they do have a Thoughtseize. Which some of these decks play, not a ton of them. So we're kind of taking a risk here. And maybe it's an unwarranted risk because if we just sack the other Sanctum, you know, I mean, we only need 3 mana to do this combo anyways. So maybe we should have did that. Okay, that's not a big deal. Okay, those look like relative blanks. Did they even get a land back? 1, 2... No, they binned all the lands. That's interesting. Okay. So, we're not able to get in with the Deep Fiend, unfortunately. Champion, not the best, not the worst. But once again, our hand has a plan here. We're going to attack with just this. Taking 4. And let's do it all over again. See if they want to activate Haunted Dead again. Yep. Okay. Not too big of a deal. Yeah, upkeep, we're going to tap them down again here. All right. God, that is such a sick combo, though, I have to say. So we're going to tap this. And the prized amalgams for sure. And do we want to tap the flyer so we can for sure get in there? Doesn't seem worth it to me since they can just Haunted Dead again. So I actually think we're going to tap just one of these. One of the Haunted Deads. All right, we'll sacrifice this. Go get another one. We'll get our token. Another 5, 6. Hopefully we can start getting aggressive with those. Last turn we didn't do it because it was just trading a Angler for a Deep Fiend. That's not a very good trade. All right, getting in there for 1. I think that's reasonable. Like, they're just trying to hit more targets. Okay, Creeping Chill and Narcomoeba and a Scrounger. Those were pretty live hits. Those were pretty live. All right, so now we actually have to worry about them bringing back Haunted Dead and having 3 flyers to block Rekindling Phoenix. And then I couldn't sacrifice it to this Deep Fiend. I don't know if that's super relevant, because I could just sack one of the other Deep Fiends, but still. Okay, so never mind. That play is off the table, but they did just chill us. Kozilek's Return. Now that's a magic card. Okay. Wow. Yeah, we like that. So they're going to have 3 creatures that survive. And I think I have to just hold back everything here. Just so I can block these 3. But here's the thing. I can't really Kozilek's Return during their turn, because these would be dealt 2 damage, and then like Grammatic Angler would trade with this, which is something I don't want. But I also want to kind of trick them into this. So this is going to be a balance here. We're just going to say go. We're going to wait for combat because we have 1 block that's kind of sweet. Is Phoenix to here, and then the 2 Deep Fiends to the 2 Prized Amalgams. And then Kozilek's Return kills their whole board. We only lose a Rekindling Phoenix, but of course we get the egg. So this would actually, if they decide to go all in, this would destroy their whole board. Now, they, of course, can bring it back because they're a graveyard deck, but... All right. And here they come. I mean, they gotta figure out what's going on here. I mean, it seems like we've telegraphed it pretty obviously. Now we definitely have. All right, and we'll hope that this is enough. Okay, return. Kozilek's Return is so good right now. With all these ramp decks around, just flashing it back. If you ever flash it back with a Eldrazi Deep Fiend, I mean, it's just unbelievable. Really, really strong card right now. All right, we like this exchange. Why would they do that now? Now they don't get their triggers. Our opponent did not play that turn very well. Oh no, poor opponent. Okay, well, now I think we just get in there. Now we just get in there. And now during draw step, we get to actually hit their lands. Wow, I did not think we were winning this game. But to be fair, I don't think our opponent played perfect. Not completely perfect. Okay, we got it. Wow, that was awesome. That was awesome. Okay, so what do we got for this matchup? I'm looking and I don't see much. Like, Melody is not great. Wild Slash, I guess, is okay. Dispute, not great. Stubborn Denial doesn't seem great either. Wow, do we just have nothing? There's got to be some marginal improvements we can give to our deck. Is Entrancing Melody any good? Probably not. Aether Gust. Seems okay if we can hit, like, you know, a Satyr Wayfinder or something like that, but that seems quite narrow, especially on the draw. Cards like Lightning Axe, where we're 2-for-1ing ourselves, are not great. I mean, the only true thing that's really good against them is what we saw. The Rekindling Phoenix, Deep Fiend, Sanctum of Ugin draw. I think it just has to be Wild Slash. Huh. Okay, because I don't like Stubborn Denial, and I don't really like Melody. It seems quite slow. And then at this point, we can take out one other card. Probably just a Lightning Axe. Oh, no, they have Grammatic Angler. This card's actually really good then. Same with Brazen Borrow for that reason. So I guess we'll just take out one of these Wild Slashes because they really are not that good. All right, let's try it. On the draw here against Dredgeless Dredge. Such a weird deck name. This hand's pretty loose. Can't keep a one-lander on the draw here, so we're going to ship this one back. Sounds fine. Definitely not great. Now we probably are going to need double blue, so we'll just ship back a mountain. And we'll say go. Flamewake Phoenix also not that great, unfortunately. But our opponent's deck also just has a fail rate, where these kind of graveyard decks are just sometimes really bad. I think we have to bank on that, because if they have their nut draw, I just don't think we can really compete. So Deep Fiend was a sweet draw. Gather the pack. Okay, so that's reveal 5, and you pick a creature from it, if I recall correctly. Yeah, so Stitcher Supplier to the hand. All right, we're going to draw. Almost 100% Chart a Coursing, discarding a Phoenix this turn. Yeah, that doesn't change it. All right. Chart a Course. God, I love Chart a Course. I really missed that card. Okay. Yep, we're just going to put Flamewake Phoenix on the bottom. Or to the graveyard. More than likely bringing it back eventually. Next turn... next turn for sure, Flamewake, and then... Okay, yeah. So then the turn after, we can cast this. Quite strong. Okay, so they got... Did they just not pick a land again? Why? Doesn't make sense to me. I mean, I guess if they're already flooded in the sense, but... Yeah, they just did not pick either land. Okay, so took the Deep Fiend, that sucks. But we'll get our Phoenix down. We'd rather be proactive in case we draw another Elder Deep Fiend. Start the beats. Okay. Kindling Phoenix would also be a great draw, but once again, Deep Fiend here would just be unreal. We would chain another Deep Fiend and then the next turn bring back 2 Phoenixes. It would be gross. Okay, so there's the supplier. We know nothing else about their hand now. All right, there's Narcomoeba and Prized Amalgam coming back. So we see Assassin's Trophy in their yard as well as Thoughtseize, so they're trying to react to us. Draw a card. So they're just trying to draw 1 card? Okay. Okay, so maybe if they go for Despair, I can kind of get them with Kozilek's Return plus Wild Slash. All right, so no choice but to attack. We did actually have a choice to play Bone Crusher and return the other Phoenix, but I think we'll save that for the next turn. We actually have a 6 sequence right now. If we go Kozilek's Return plus Wild Slash this turn, then next turn just play Bone Crusher Giant and then bring back both Phoenixes, that's pretty insane. Now we'll see what they do to develop their board first. Yeah, we're just going to take this. Okay, just a Haunted Dead. All right, I'm in. This seems sweet. Kozilek's Return. Now, first we let the supplier go because let's say, this is a good learning experience, because let's say we shock the Prized Amalgam right now too, and then a Narcomoeba comes out, then they get the Prized Amalgam back. So that's no bueno. So there is an Amalgam, but does not find any other action. Okay, so now we got 1 play and we're kind of all in now. So just Bone Crusher Giant. Okay. Yes, please. Let's bring me back to Hollow One. All right, attacks if able. Puts him to 10. Now if we can ever get a Deep Fiend, I think this game is over. But now they do still have the play available of bringing back Haunted Dead, and then triggering the Amalgam. So, a little scary. Ooh. Okay. Not the best, not the worst. So, only question is to attack with Bone Crusher or not. Guess this question's going to be answered. Okay, it's just this. Discarding 2 lands. But here's another reason why you just bring a land back. You're just discarding to this, you know? So these are all going to come back tapped. So we're definitely getting all in there. Because Despair can also just give them Menace. So this thing is not going to be doing any blocking here for a while. And they probably are priced into chump blocking here. Yep. Let that happen. Play a land. Say go. Here comes the fun. And unfortunately, we don't have a way to present lethal yet. We got one more Wild Slash in the deck right off the top. Let's go. All right, so they could Despair. We just let it happen. We just discard our Kozilek's Return. Getting in there with both. Okay. We'll take 6. Otherwise, their graveyard is completely bare. Nothing really great. Besides a Driven Despair. Chill, huh? Okay. Yeah, I think we need a top deck now. Oh my god, that was just not fair. 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, they're not dead this turn, but wow, was that insane. Do we even want this Haunted Dead to die is the real question. Because then they do get to bring it back. Wow, that was unreal. So we can bring Kozilek's Return back, wipe the board, or, yeah, end tap all the lands. But what works out poorly for us is if they have like Assassin's Trophy. So I actually think we're just going to tap the creatures. Okay. Just trying to plan this out perfectly, y'all. God, that was lucky. All right, so we'll attack. I wouldn't see why they wouldn't block. Okay. Now we'll say go. Now we'll go with Deep Fiend. And we'll sacrifice a Phoenix. So we want Kozilek's Return on top. So we want Sanctum on the bottom. We want to make that choice last. Then this, and now the tapping. So we can just go all lands. Yeah, let's Kozilek's Return because, okay, yep, we got the play. So even if they have Assassin's Trophy, we're going to search up another Deep Fiend. And then we can just sack the Deep Fiend to this. Like, we can emerge this. Did they just let that happen and not even float mana? Then they're dead. All right, so deal everything. Yes. Get a Deep Fiend. Deep Fiend resolves. Oh, yeah. This is nice. Okay. What do you got? Wow. I didn't think we were going to win that game. Our opponent did make some mistakes, though. I will definitely say that. Like, even on this last turn, they could have brought back Haunted Dead. It would only have one blocker. But as far as they know, they would still live because they were at 5. So think about this from your opponent's perspective if you're playing that kind of thing against this deck. Izzet Emerge is a tough deck to play against, but in these situations, always float mana, of course. And then after that were to happen, you know, Haunted Dead would come back, bring the 1/1, Prized Amalgams would be coming back after. That 1/1 can block this Deep Fiend, and then I bring back 2 Phoenixes, attack them to 1. So, you know, they're not dead on surface value. We actually had 2 cards in hand that killed them. I could just re-emerge this, tap their blocker, and then attack for the win next turn, or Kozilek's return. So I had plenty of ways to do it, but still, you know, not an efficient way to play against this deck, and a good learning lesson. Okay, stay tuned for round 2. Let's see if we can get the good old 3-0 with this Droppin' Bomb. See you there. All right, everyone, welcome to round 2 here with Izzet Emerge. We are on the draw, but we got a keepable hand here. We need a little help. 1 land and we're pretty much set, but definitely keepable. Lightning Axe I don't really know about. You know, certain situations it's going to be great, but plenty of situations it's going to be really bad. Okay. Well, that's a great draw. So we're just going to go this. Is it worth Lightning Axing now? If we had a payoff card like, you know, a Flame Wake Phoenix or maybe even a Kozilek's return to send to the yard, maybe. But with not having those elements, I don't think so. Save it for, you know, maybe a Questing Beast or whatever green-red shenanigans might be coming at us. All right. I could see pitching the Royal Scions. Not great in aggressive matchups. Pretty strong in other matchups here. Heart of Curon, okay. All right. And a token. Okay. We will draw. Now, since we have a land, I don't think there is, oh, that is not a Spire Bluff Canal. Okay. Well, that was a bit of a punt on my part. Oh, well, we'll try to work through that. I mean, I can still Lightning Axe this turn. Royal Scions is basically doing nothing. So this is still going to be okay. I probably still just want to axe this beast if it gets played. Now, of course, this is not optimal play. I definitely thought that was a canal. So impressive on my part. Okay, still sitting okay, though. Let's see what they want to play. Yep, I think this is fine. And I actually don't care that much about Heart of Curon. Rekindling Phoenix lines up quite well against it. So I would much rather kill Lovestruck Beast here. We'll just take 6. Get the beast out of here. All right. Choose target. Discard the Royal Scions. Melody. Okay. Could take Llanowar if we're feeling froggy. Does give us a 4th land. I think it's better than any of our other options right now. And it may strenuate their mana a little bit. You know, can't play a Glorybringer or something like that. So let's do it. And now we have a guaranteed Rekindling Phoenix, if Llanowar Elf lives, of course. Yeah, other than that, our play is just like bouncing a Heart of Curon after they play a creature and crew it. And that's not great right now. We just really want to focus on getting Rekindling Phoenix on the board. So I think this card is just unbelievably good against Gruel. Okay, Domri, pretty strong. Gets to tick up and tick it down with Heart of Curon. Are they doing anything with that red mana? Nope. All right, we're just taking 7. That is a lot. Okay. Do we have the luxury of playing anything besides Rekindling Phoenix? I don't think so. Because we don't die even if they have a removal spell for it. Now, they can deal with Rekindling Phoenix by just like crewing Heart. We're priced into block, and then they can fight the token to our token, and then that will kill it. But then again, they've used a lot of their resources, and we'd be fine with that. And if they don't do that, we get to start going off with Deep Fiend. We don't have, of course, any of the Eldrazi lands to be able to just search up another one, so we can't chain them. But still, that combo, even just getting a free Deep Fiend back, and then getting a Rekindling Phoenix back the next turn is just absurd. But a lot of stuff kills us here, so. Game Trail. If that was their draw, you know, that easily could have been pretty rough for them. Okay. Not even going to attack, huh? Yes, we like this. Oh! All right. Well, we don't want to show them Sanctum yet. But we will attack with Rekindling Phoenix. Wow, that was good. So we can actually Brazen Borrower and Deep Fiend now if they decide not to block. Now, if they do block, you know, we can't Deep Fiend this turn, but totally reasonable. We can just like Champion of Wits or even just Chart a Course, draw some cards, and have Brazen Borrower to bounce. Our hand is great right now, and that was just the perfect draw. Not only did we want to land, but that is the ideal land, so. All right, Rekindling Phoenix, getting this, heading at Domri. Now let's see if they value Heart of Kirin more or this. So this is fine with us. So one sequence they might be trying to set up here is, you know, what we were saying earlier is they want to just fight this token to our token. Brazen Borrower is going to have something to say about that. So we want to make sure we for sure have that open. And now we did still attack. So we could Chart a Course or Champion here. We can't Deep Fiend, so this is out of the question. So now it's just whatever else we want to do. I think Champion is just a little bit better. All right, let's do that. Boom, boom, boom. We're going to tap Llanowar here, just because if they go like end step shock that, and then we can't use Brazen Borrower's ability, that would actually be quite bad. So we're going to draw 2, discard 2. I think we're just going to discard the 2 we drew. Or we could leave Stubborn Denial up for something. I don't know what we're really afraid of as far as non-creatures go. I mean, what I'm afraid of is like Glorybringer or something. And we have the bounce for that. So yeah, we're just going to bottom the 2 we drew. Our hand was already very good. So, yep, then we'll just say go. Now we have a blocker for the human, as well as the Brazen Borrower if they try to kill our elemental token. I'm pretty excited to bring in these melodies too. On the draw, they're a little bad, or they're not as good, but... All right, so now we get... The play we were setting up is finally working. Petty Theft that. And that might even just insta-concede. Yeah, that's a blowout play right there. All right, so Wild Slash for sure. Aether Gust against Gruel. Who would have guessed that'd be good? All right, I don't want Stubborn Denial. Royal Scions is not good. Now, Gruel does have some big creatures. We can also take, you know, like Llanowars or, you know, really late game, take like Lovestruck Beast. And our plan is to just try to kill everything on their side and then win the game. So maybe it's okay. I'm going to trim on Chart a Course on the draw. And I don't really like Champion of Wits. Flamewake Phoenix is also not great. So I think I want something like this. Really turn into a control deck post-board. Just try to kill everything. And then the melodies become good. When you're bringing in a bunch more removal, that's when you want melody. Even if, you know, you're not casting it on a relevant spell until it's like turn 5 where you take a Lovestruck Beast, or turn 6 where you take Questing Beast or whatever. Those plays are absolutely game ending. So I really like that approach. And honestly, we're going to go even one step more and take out another Flamewake because they're not that good at playing defensive. And we're playing against a Gruel deck. I don't know what's exactly in their deck, but they're definitely trying to attack and kill us. So Flamewake does not block very well when it must attack. Now, granted, you can play at second main phase, but still, not ideal. Speaking of not ideal, our mana base is not ideal here. We can't keep this one. 2 lander, though. If these were like 2, you know, Spirebluff Canals, I would keep this for sure. Mulligan. This hand is good. Oh, boy. Well, I'm thinking it's Brazen Borrower here. So we have the turn 2 interaction. It's either Brazen Borrower or Elder Deep Fiend. And I think this is our trump card. So we're just going to put... Oh, feels bad, but... Yeah, we're just going to put Brazen Borrower on the bottom. Okay. Hope we don't regret that. Okay, Stomping Ground revealed. And a Lawnmower. Okay, another Rekindling Phoenix. Great magic card, so we're okay with that. If we can just go Phoenix into Phoenix and just play defense, that's great. Hope they didn't bring in a bunch of Lava Coils. Oh boy. Oh boy. That's not good. Bone Crusher Giant. Ooh, that's the equivalent. So we're going to put this into play tapped. Now we're going to just say go. You know, honestly, maybe we don't just say go. I mean, we're going to need to kill this. We might as well make sure they don't have a counter or a pump spell or anything like that. Just kill it now. We know we're going to do it regardless, so there's no point in trying to be cheeky. So only an Aether Gust as our last piece of interaction. 4 mana, could be like a Questing Beast. Wouldn't love it if it's a Chandra. Although I don't actually know which one's worse. They're both bad. Alright, we'll take a Kozilek's Return off the top into a land. And they just play more X1s. Hopefully they go Rabblemaster and Llanowar Elf. We top deck Kozilek's Return and then top deck a land. Is that too much to ask? That those 9 things work out in our favor? Okay. Okay. I would still take a Kozilek's Return. Brazen Borrower. Okay. Not great, but we'll just Aether Gust this Lovestruck Beast, see what they want to do with it. And then we're just praying for a land. It's a Glory Bringer. Okay, 5 mana, 4 mana. Yeah, we gotta gust this. Even though they're gonna get an extra 1/1 out of it. Not much we can do. Okay, we'll take 3. Let's see where they put that. On the bottom. Okay, they already had one. That makes sense. Okay, I think we need a land. Ooh, whoa, that's pretty good. That's the next best to a land, that's for sure. So now beginning of combat, we're going to do this. Play a Rabblemaster, why not? I'm glad they didn't put the Lovestruck on top because that would have actually been a really good follow-up. Is just Heart's Desire into Lovestruck Beast, have 11 power after I use my Pseudo Wrath. But the way it stands now, I think this is going to be quite good for us. Oh, Rabblemaster? Oh, you poor soul. Okay, we'll go to beginning of combat. Let this token come in. And then get them all. Okay, return. That might even be a concede. Wow. Wow, that was such a good draw. Okay, land for Rekindling Phoenix, and we can probably sew this one up. All right, let's see what we got. Not great. We'll just say go. We're completely in a position where we can be patient here. Llanowar. It's okay. Now... So we have options. We can either beginning of combat Brazen Borrow the Llanowar, or we can just Lightning Axe the Lovestruck Beast. and discard the Brazen Borrower. I think I like that. Definitely going to keep our top end here because all we need is a land and we're set. Now, you know, we're out of interaction if they somehow counter this, but Collision Colossus or something would be brutal. All right. Land, please. Oh, yeah. Second best land. Our Sanctum would have been a little better, but okay. So now the test is how many lava coils do you have? What is this? Oh, wow. Okay, that's pretty strong. So they are handless now, so we'll see what their other target is. Okay, that's a little scary. But I think we should be all right here. Lovestruck Beast. Okay, so I think we block Rabblemaster here, but we're going to take a ton of damage. All right, we just want to soak up damage here because we do have K-Return in the graveyard too, which is just absolutely insane. Wow, we just get to just destroy them next turn. Just absolutely annihilate them. And we're going to do it. We're going to tap all their lands. We're going to kill all their creatures. Wow, I'm in love with this deck. All right, so we want to stack it so this is last. Then this. And tap the lands first. All right. Now you do this because you want to Kozilek's Return before the egg comes into play. Yes, please. And just a 5/6. No big deal. Wow. GG. 9, 10, 11. They're not dead. If we draw land, they're actually dead. Okay. No, they're still pretty dead, but they're not actually dead. All right, we'll just play another Phoenix. They are handless, so I think this should be all right. I guess they do have a Bone Crusher, but... Wow, I'm in love with this deck so far. Unreal. Why would you play the other Blue-Red Phoenix when you can play Blue-Red Rekindling Phoenix? Let's go! All right. All right, everyone. That's 2-0 with Izzet Emerge. Deck feels unreal. Now, don't get me wrong. We have drawn some cards in key spots. Whether the Kozilek's Return, you know, a little bit ago to just blow our opponent out, or, well, the Kozilek's Return in the last match to just blow our opponent out. Like, so far, if you draw that card, it seems insane. So stay tuned for our third and final round. Let's get that trophy. All right, welcome to round 3 here with Izzet Emerge. Okay, we're on the play, and we're 2-0, 4-0 so far. We wanna, I wanna 3-0, 6-0 this. I think this deck is so good that just 3-0ing a Dropping Bombs is just okay. I think we need to 3-0, 6-0 this. All right, I would love to go first. Ew. I deserve that. I deserve that after saying that. We're definitely going to mulligan this hand. You know, not a chance. We're going to keep because we're on 6. But this is not a great hand. Now the real question is, do we want to try to get in there for 2 with Mutavault? I don't see a reason not to. So we're going to play the Mutavault first. Looks like they might be on the mulligan as well. So we have to sequence the Wandering Fumarole a little awkwardly if we do this. So maybe it's not worth it. All right, they're down to 5, unfortunately. Because, I mean, if they just go like Swamp or Mountain Go, we're not attacking anyways. We're just gonna take the conservative route here. I don't think it's worth the risk for just 2 damage. We usually win by miles, not inching our way across the finish line, but incoming, we're going to lose when they're at 2 here. Now, I want to actually play Mutavault next turn. So we're going to Canal here. We're going to probably go Mutavault into Phoenix, and then at least the next turn we're given the option to attack if we so choose. All right, here's a Goose. So this is definitely an Oko deck, which Oko is a big problem for us. Okay, that was great. Oko is a beast. Speaking of, we were trying to ward off Okos by wearing an Oko, but I guess it's not working. All right, so we'll get in there. Now next turn we can Deep Fiend. That's just insane. Okay, there's Broko. Not a big deal. Okay. I think we're just going to play a land. Attack Broko. Now we're not going to do this during our upkeep because Oko can just turn our Deep Fiend into an Elk. So we're going to actually just play this kind of cheeky and just say go. And just do this at end step. I know we don't get our value, but we will be able to kill Oko, which is much more important. All right, food for you. Heart. All right, so they already made a food here. So we can actually punish them for activating Oko. Yeah, we'll just tap these 4, I think. We'll just tap Heart, Food, Llanowar, and Gilded Goose. I don't see why not. This seems great. Is there any 1-mana thing that we're afraid of? They did make a food. Yeah, okay, this is just great. All right, 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, then we get to attack and kill Oko with Deep Fiend, as well as chart a course to draw some cards, bring back a Phoenix. This is a great spot. Okay, Brazen Borrower. Okay, that's awesome. So what we're gonna do here is go to beginning of combat. Gonna bring this back. All right, now step 1, kill Broko and get a little damage to the face. Okay. Now we're gonna chart a course, draw 2 cards. Not great draws, but that's okay. Our hand is good enough already that we're still ahead. Not by a ton, but definitely still ahead. All right, so this is this blue-green ramp deck that Jerry T, one of Star City owned. Jerry T has just been putting up great results, you know, via other people. I even played it. I played it with 2 leagues and with 9-1. I think the Jerry deck is unreal too. For anybody who hasn't seen this, check out his article. It is phenomenal. Don't love that. Don't love that at all. Okay. Now what are we attacking with? Just that, huh? Okay, I like that. I like that for our sake. Now we could bounce the food and kill that. Or we bounce Heart. And then we just need to deal this 6, which is doable. We can just animate 2 Mutavaults. And then this will die for sure. They'll get to eat a Mutavault though. But Heart of Kirin will be back in their hand. If we don't, our attacks get a lot more rough. So we just have to take the 6 here. Gotta kill Nissa. Nissa is just so good. Now, unfortunately, we're really just kind of tapping out next turn and our hand is kind of forced. So we're going to go with a Petty Theft on Heart. Ooh, that changes things. Can we kill them? Probably not. 4, 9, 10, 11. No, not quite. But I think we're just going to get super aggressive here. And aim this here. Discard steam vents. Okay, maybe not super aggressive because I do want to I do want to maybe play Brazen Borrower. Yeah, we might as well play Brazen Borrower instead of getting in for an extra 2 damage. So we will go with Animate. All right. Now, Nissa, face. Okay. Now they're really choked on mana. And we can play Brazen Borrower here. So looking good. We might have to, well, actually, we'll only take 3. They can't really attack with Llanowar because we have a Mutavault open. And we'd happily make that exchange to play this later since we don't have that much action in the tank. So we'll see if they pull the trigger on that. Makes sense. All right, we'll take 3. All right, we're down to 8. All right, so they have a Heart of Kirin is the only card we know. All right, there's Jade Light. Okay, what do we got? Land goes to hand, and Broko is staying on top. All right. So, I mean, that's a great draw they're going to have. So we're going to get Brazen Borrower down. Now we're probably going to have to play a little defense. Wow, that was pretty good. All right, so we can animate, shock this. They can chump. Take 5, 6, 7. Okay, so we're still not looking at lethal territory yet. But how do we feel about attacking with these 3 and leaving back just the lands? I kind of like that. Because we can leave back lands and be able to stomp something. So I don't think there's a way we could die next turn. So we want to put the pressure. We want to make them start to have to chump block things, which they might do here with the Goose anyways. So we know their hand is Heart, mystery card, and they're going to draw Oko. Okay, chumping with Jade Light. Okay. Any reason to do this now? I don't think so, because there is a play we can do where we animate Wandering Fumarole, block the food, and then just stomp that. Completely reasonable. Heart and Broko, I assume? Yep. All right, Elkifying my Deep Fiend. Makes sense. All right. It's kind of annoying. All right, what if we stomp this? 2 blockers can block this. All right, can block Wandering Fumarole. And we can summon a Mutavault as well, so we can get 2 lands to attack. Fumarole would be blocked by a food. Heart of Kirin would block an elk. So it takes 5, 6, 7. That's not enough. So I think we just want to stomp this Heart of Kirin. Doesn't feel great. That's all right. That's what we got to do. Okay, Champion of Wits. Pretty decent draw. So stomp 3. Okay. I don't think we want to attack with Mutavaults, and we don't want to use the mana for a Fumarole either, so we're just going to get in with all of these. And just at face, I think. Yeah, like Oko is good. but they're at such a low life total. I just want to be going to the dome. Because I can't for sure kill Oko right now, so we're just going to try to end this game. Yep, blocking Brazen, blocking that. Makes sense. Okay. So we for sure want to stomp. Now the real question is, do we want to play Bone Crusher or Champion? So let's stomp this. So Champion just draws cards, puts them right into the graveyard. Bone Crusher is actually a threat right now, so we're going to do that. This game's gotten a lot closer, though. Our board is a little whittled down now. It's just the power of Oko against us. Oko's very good against us. Still looking good, but not great. Okay, Gilded Goose. Make a food and can turn into a 3/3. Wow. Okay. That's pretty strong. We might need something to draw ourselves out of this at this point. So can turn this goose into a 3/3 and get busy. That feels a little aggressive. All right, defensive elk. So what this champion is going to be digging for is a Deep Fiend, I think. They are cardless. Okay, It's been a good game. It's been a very good game. Okay. I think we can leave open 2 Mutavaults pretty safely. We can cast any spell off these lands, so I think this is fine. Go with the champion. And then if we can get that to die, eternalizing it is much better. All right, I would love to. All right. It's just going to be a 4-mana elk, but still not a terrible draw. They're basically priced into having to elk that. And we're just going face. We're trying to end this game. All right, Phoenix. Show me what you got. Phoenix and Prey. We're still at 8, so I'm pretty sure there's nothing that kills us. Now, like, if Wicked Wolf gets in there, we can chump with Champion of Wits and then just eternalize it. And set up for the turn after. Phenomenal game, though. Absolutely phenomenal. They also mulled to 5. We mulliganed as well, but damn. Jerry T really did it. That was the other deck I was considering playing for this week's Droppin' Bomb. But, you know, I think we've all kind of seen what Goose, Oko, Wicked Wolf, Nissa has done for a long time. It's not necessarily the most flashy, fun deck, but if you want to win a tournament, I mean, this deck has been insane as well, so I can't say not to play this, but, you know, that Jerry's deck is also insanely powerful. All right, opponent deep in the tank. And the problem is, like, you know, they can just go Goose, sack, gain 3 as well, and turn Phoenix into an elk just as, like, their worst play, right? But all of our creature lands are quite terrifying for them. They always got to be really wary of how many they attack with, even though we really haven't attacked with anything. And honestly, remember when we didn't attack with Mutavault on the second turn? They'd be at 3 right now. That's actually quite a different story. Yeah, maybe we just really screwed that one up. I still stand by the play because it would have made our land drops a lot more awkward. Okay. So, do we just want to take this? So we can't take this because this is lethal. Now what if we double block Wicked Wolf? They go to make a food, sack it. They have one blocker. Okay, so what are they trying to do here? Are they just trying to block two things? Sack of food go up to 8? 4, 5, 6. I mean, that does keep them alive. I think what we want to be doing here is just trying to make sure we can eternalize next turn and, you know, not die on the crackback. And I think this is the way to do it. Yeah, let's do this. Making a food and sacking it immediately. Sure. Okay. Now. Okay, we do this first because if we draw some land, we discard the Phoenix and we can bring it back. It's actually quite cool. Eternalize. I haven't got to do this in so long. I used to do this with the Scarab God, though, in Standard. That was disgusting. All right, so draw 4, discard 2. All right. Well, we got to take 2 to do this. That is a cost. Oh, never mind. Yeah, this is Sulfur Falls. Sulfur Falls is great here. So discard 1, discard 2, play Sulfur Falls. All right. Bring this back. No. Now, we can die to like a Wicked Wolf. No, land Wicked Wolf would kill us. Any reason to not want to do this? I don't think so. So this can turn into a 3/3. We can block this, take 4. Yeah, let's just go face, keep the pressure. Wandering Fumarole can also trigger the Rekindling Phoenixes here. So we just want to... Okay, do we die to Nissa? Nissa, 3/3, 3/3. No. Don't die to Nissa. Do we die to Walking Ballista? Not if we block. Okay. I can't think of a card in their deck we died to, so we're just going to go aggressive and hope for the best. Ugh. Yeah, one cool thing we can do if we do have to chump with Champion a Witch, which more than likely we have to, we can just animate Fumarole, flip it, and I think it's power for this, right? Power, yeah. So we can flip it and then return Phoenix. So we can have 6 in the air. We're definitely blocking because this forces them to sack a food, and I don't think they have that luxury right now. Like, they kind of need the food for life. And we can't just take this Wicked Wolf because they could sack the food and, oh wow, okay. Because they could just sack the food and then land Ballista us. And that's not great. Okay, that's got to be good. I think we just want to go to beginning of combat. Okay, so let's think. 1 for Phoenix. 2 for Brazen. 4 for the 2 Mutavaults. Then we have land left over, or we can go 1 for Flamewake, 2 for Petty Theft, 4 for Wandering Fumarole. So this Steam Vent doesn't increase anything extra that we can do. No. Okay, so we're just going to go to combat. We're going to do this first just to make sure it gets into play. Okay, now... So if I petty theft this, animate 2 mutavaults, attack with everything, they go block, block. So they take 8, and then they sack a food up to 7. Then they can make a food, but they do not have the capabilities to sack that food again. So they're 1 short. So we do have lethal here. I think we go for it. I think we start with Brazen Borrower. Start with a petty theft. Make sure this resolves. Jerry's list at least doesn't run counterspells in the main deck. And I mean, it's so early from people doing well with his list that I would assume people haven't deviated from it quite yet. So I would assume I know this person's deck list. And by knowing their deck list, they're dead. If it's Jerry's list. But, you know, of course, there's a lot of blue-green cards that can be played. But there's not, you know, by going all in here, if this Wicked Wolf goes back to hand, I'm not really risking dying on the crackback. Like, 8 is a lot. So I think this risk is pretty safe. Okay, yep, we got it now. Great game, though. Wow. Okay, so against ramp, definitely want these. I think I want Aether Gusts. Probably want Dispute for Okos. Definitely don't like the Royal Scions. I think moving forward, I'm just going to get Royal Scions out of this deck. Don't think I want Stubborn Denial. Also don't really want Lava Axe. So Melody is actually good. Because you can steal like food tokens for 2 mana. You can steal Geese. You can steal Krasis for 2 mana. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. They got to be great. Okay. Brazen Borrower, on the other hand, doesn't seem awesome. Neither does Rekindling Phoenix, unfortunately. Disputes only really hit Broco. And, of course, that's very important. But I don't think it's worth it. So I think what I want to go away from is like Charter Course and Flamewake Phoenix. Just 2 of each because I'm not positive exactly what I want to take out. I want to draw them at some point, but I don't want to draw like, you know, 2 of them in my opening hand or anything. I could also see Champion of Wits going. I mean, step 1, all we want to be doing is just bolting the bird or, you know, cooking the goose. Shocking the elf. I don't know. Whatever phrase you want to use. I want to have answers for Nissa and stuff, so I could do something like Stubborn Denial, but doesn't really work that often. We don't have that many creatures that it actually triggers. Champion of Wits is quite slow. All right. We're going to go with 3 and 3 of these then. I think it's better than Champion. Our 3 drops are so stacked up too, and like if we're going that on the draw and they just go Nissa, the game's over. So I don't think Champion's good enough, even though it did kind of win us that game. Yeah. Now we play a different game plan. Now we're a control deck. Plain and simple. We're blue-red control on the draw. We have mulliganed a lot. For being 5-0 in games, we have mulliganed quite a lot, but you know, the deck has power. All right, we're going to keep this. Bottom one of these Deep Fiends. Start it up. So wish we'd have the shock for this elf. Now if they go Broco, we're just in trouble, but nothing we can do. We can Gust, but that's not great either. And we have the Rekindling Phoenix Deep Fiend combo, so you know if we can get to turn 5 here, that's going to be very powerful. Now of course if they have Oko, they can Elk it. You can still sacrifice it, but you do not get the token because it doesn't have that ability. Love that. Okay, so we don't have to worry about Nissa next turn. That's huge. Okay, Spire. One of these comes into play untapped. Okay. God, we have the lands. We don't really have to chart a course, but I think we should, because next turn we're going to want to Gust Nissa if it becomes a possibility. So let's do it. I hope they counter this. This is somewhat bait. We don't actually care about this spell at all. Could easily see them having Mystical Disputes. No, Jerry's list had 2 disputes, 2 negates in the board. Could see either one of them. Okay. I kind of like just discarding Gust here. I think it's Gust or Sulfur Falls. Sulfur Falls is probably better, because if we draw a 5th land, you almost never want that. And Aether Gust is going to be powerful. Let's do that. Then next turn we can cut the Llanowar Elf and Gust something else. Now we're probably never going to draw another 4th land, but we're taking a little bit of a risk here. There could be a case for Gust here, and feel free to leave a comment down in the chat if y'all think I screwed that one up, because, you know, we'll see, but leaves mana open. Okay, so that's got to be Mystical Dispute, right? All right, now I regret it already. It's got to be Mystical Dispute, so we're going to go to their untap step. And now we're going to Wild Slash. Now we'd pretty much Gust anything, I think. Broco. I'm going to do this, but I kind of think we're getting disputed here. They just played like they had it last turn, so... Now we really want to land, but, you know, even a land into Oko here for Kindling Phoenix, just a 4-mana Elk. Gross. Well, definitely punished for not putting this Gust on the bottom, or discarding the Gust. Sure. We'll take it. Jade Light. Now I think I want a K return in response. Just get this in the graveyard, as well as just get Jade Light off the battlefield. If they were to explore into a spell, then we couldn't do it, of course. They hit lands. Haven't played a land yet. Okay. Not good. Not good at all. Oh boy. Nissa's quite a problem. I probably need disputes just for Oko. All right, we're going to take this. I think. Maybe we just Brazen Borrower here. Yeah, we're kind of far behind. We need to take some risks. Let's just Petty Theft this. Stem the bleeding a bit. Now, second main phase, they might go Nissa, trying to play around a counterspell. Scoos, okay. Pretty good. Can eat our Kozilek's return. We're just going to say go. We'll play Brazen Borrower if they do nothing. God, we got so punished for discarding that 4th land. So very punished. Yeah, got a little greedy. Got a little greedy. Won't deny it. All right. We're going to take it. Maybe they're flooding out, though. I mean, if they just go like Krasis or something here, we're just dead. All right. Just eating all our spells. That seems fine. Actually does nothing. Okay, so end step, we are going to play Brazen Borrower. That's terrible. Now I think we just have to gust Scavenging Ooze. There's no more creatures in the yard, so, I mean, they could go for Oasis. And if they have, like, Oasis plus Dispute, we're just dead. Or we could just gust the food. Nah, I think it's better to gust the ooze. So it's going to start over fresh, and then it's just a 2-2, since it already ate everything. And now I think we just need a land to be able to Deep Fiend. Like, Rekindling Phoenix isn't good enough anymore. And these Flame Wakes don't look very good. But honestly, I don't know how great the Entrancing Melodies would have looked here either. So it's tough. Let's see what they did with that. All right, they put it on top. Crazy. That's a Krasis we can pack it in. Well, I guess we could top deck Melody. That is like our only out to Krasis, though, so that's kind of sweet. Probably play the other Nykthos if they don't have another land. Yep. Okay. Krasis for 6. All right, come on, Nykthos. Or, I mean, come on, Melody. No, Melody doesn't work. Never mind. It's still a 2-drop. You need 4 mana. Okay, we're just dead then. We'll entertain our draw step. All right. Well, we punted that game by discarding the land. Little did I know I wasn't going to get one for 5 turns, but, you know, that was a risk I was willing to take at the time, but obviously regret it now. So now I'm considering Mystical Disputes. And I actually think they're quite good. Kind of just want to trim, because once again I want some of all of these cards, but I don't want a large number of them. So I think I want to do this. Mystical Dispute is a lot better on the draw, but we got to deal with Oko. Oko is just by far the best card against us, so got to have answers to it. And Mystical Dispute is one of the best. I wouldn't mind having like some Spyglasses in this sideboard. I think that would be pretty good. Oko is just unreal against us. Absolutely unreal. We're going to keep. Nothing great, but we can interact early and often. All right, so we'll start with this. I guess we should have started with Canal, but whatever. Guess we're telegraphing a little bit. Kill this. Okay, Mutavault. Nope, definitely just played this. We want to have Melody available. I don't think we would take a 1-drop right now, but... Okay. I don't know why they would take 2 there. All right, now we'll go with the Mutavault. Now we're just going to be going land go for a while. At least we got the answer for Broco. Jade Light. Not a huge fan of Jade Light here. I don't think it's very smart to react to this, except maybe Aether Gust. All right, let's do that. Put it on top. Okay, I kind of figured. There's a Deep Fiend. All right, I think we're just going to get in there. Now this Jade Light's just going to resolve. Just 2 lands. Yikes. Not what we wanted to see. We wouldn't mind if it became a giant creature so we could just take it, but the way it stands, we just gotta go land go. We are trying to be the control route, but this is maybe pushing it. So we do have a dispute for Nissa. Okay. Yeah, we're pretty soon we can just hard cast these. I don't feel like we're in a good spot. And I don't know why they're not attacking. Okay, that's not bad. That is not bad. We are going to play this. We can counter Nissa for 1 more turn with Dispute. Then we just got to have a plan B. Plain and simple. And plan B is start the Deep Fiend train with this. All right, we'll get in there. And we can't play Deep Fiend yet, but next turn we can. So I could see them wanting to just like play a giant Krasis now. Okay, so we're gonna try to dispute this. I don't think this is gonna go our way. Counter it, please. We need this to get countered. Yes. Yes, that was huge. That was huge, y'all. Okay. So, do we want to attack with the land? Nope. We'll attack with this, though. All right. We're going to do it. That's what we need. Sack this. Now let's tap just mana, I think. I don't care if they chump with Jade Light. Choke out their blue. Likely not doing anything with it. Not much you can do to Deep Fiend with it being colorless. Comes a bit of a problem. Okay. Now we're looking pretty good. So we're going to do this again. All right. So they still could have Mystical Dispute here. And now Mystical Dispute would actually counter Deep Fiend. So I don't love that. But we are going to go like this. But I think it's worse to have them Deep Fiend me. Or to, excuse me, have them dispute me, then a giant Krasis. So we're still going to do it. Oh, need another blue. Sacrifice this. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yeah! Well, unfortunately, we lost a game. Ah, dang it. So close to the perfect. So very close. But dang, this deck impressed me, y'all. Holy crap. Izzet Emerge. And we took down what I think is like becoming the de facto best deck. And that is Simic Ramp. Just all the elements of how good the Simic ramp deck was in standard. It just got a couple upgrades. It got a lot more Llanowars. You know, you get to play Ballista, but otherwise it's kind of that core deck. And that core deck was just good enough, you know? I mean, there's so many decks like Teamer Energy, Gruel, other beatdown strategies that just cannot beat one card in their deck. And that's Wicked Wolf. And when Wicked Wolf is bad, the rest of the deck is absolutely busted. So, yeah, we're going to talk more about this deck in the deck tech here. So head on over there if you want to hear a little bit more in-depth choices or in-depth reasons why we played specific cards. And yeah, we'll see you right over there. All right, everyone, welcome to the Deck Tech here with Izzet Emerge. Boom, 3-0 easy, no problem, huh? I mean, wow. Those games did not even feel relatively close. That last match was unbelievable. And, you know, the games were all pretty relatively close, but first two matches were just a beating. So, woo, I'm a fan. So let's talk about some things I liked, some things I didn't like, as well as some changes I want to make. I know very few specific changes that I'm just ready to do right now. First, let's talk about the mana base. Loved every bit about the mana base, except maybe even wanted another Sanctum. I think this was just insane. Anytime we could chain together a Sanctum into a Deep Fiend, it was just absolutely broken. So I really want to get a third one in here. I don't know if that means having to sacrifice Mutavault. It probably does, because look at our mana base. It is pretty reliant on double red and double blue. So maybe you have to do that, but I don't know how great Mutavault even is. I think there's a world where you just play 4 Sanctums. You draw one, you chain them off, and you just win, you know? So I could see a world where we cut Mutavault and go Sanctum. Otherwise, I like Wandering Fumaroles. You know, love Steam Vents, Canals, those are your best lands. And then you got Sulphur Falls. Can't steer away from too many basics here. I love 24 land. We'll go to the 1-drops. Kind of a weird flex slot of 1 Denial. I think this is a little random, but sure, I mean, it's fine. Lightning Axe has been pretty decent as well. You actually want to discard some stuff sometimes. I want to add some 1-drops here, but first let's talk about the whole deck, and then we'll talk about those changes. So you look and you're like, God, this deck is so heavy on 3s. Like, it seems so clunky. Why would we do this, you know? But one thing you don't really realize by just looking at it, these are 2-drops. So this is kind of your curve, because Bone Crusher and Brazen Borrower are split cards where you get to, you know, get extra value on them. The adventure creatures are great here. Bone Crusher Giant, good for just removal. But then it is conveniently 4 power. So this triggers the Flame Wake Phoenixes. You can still go Bone Crusher into Elder Deep Fiend, Brazen Borrower into Elder Deep Fiend. Every card in the deck is made with Elder Deep Fiend in mind. You know, you can go Flame Wake into Deep Fiend. I would play 6 of these if I could. It's just phenomenal. Charter Course is good. When you're up against an aggressive deck and you're on the draw, it's a little bit of a liability. You saw us take them out every once in a while, but a little unsure of if I wanted to take all of them out or something like that. But very good when you're being proactive. Whenever you can play it for 2 mana, draw 2 cards, it's just unbelievable. 2 Champion of Wits. You saw it win us a game in that last match. Eternalizing is great. Discarding this to Charter Course. Discarding this to Lightning Axe. Phenomenal. 4 Kozilek's Return. This card is like the reason to be playing the deck. I mean, Kozilek Return is just destroying all these Llanowar Elf decks, which there's a lot of them. There's also Rabble Master decks, which, you know, we played against one as well. As well as just the return of it just kills everything. You know, Nissa lands, anything, you know, Flash Creatures, Spell Quellers, Abyssin if it didn't come into play. You know, I mean, it just does everything. So phenomenal addition there. Flame Wake Phoenix. Like I said, great to just go Phoenix into Deep Fiend, as well as has a lot of synergies. We have a lot of 4 toughness creatures, 4 power creatures, excuse me, to bring back. So absolutely great. The Royal Scions. No, I don't think this card's good enough. I think the format's too fast. There's going to be certain matchups where it's great. You know, control decks or whatever, sure, it's fine. And maybe we struggle against those anyways. But there's less control. It's not good against combo. It's not good against aggro. So, like, we just have it for control where we're already kind of bad in those matchups anyways. I think we just get him out of here. So this is going to be my immediate change. I'm going to go through everything and then we'll change once again, though. And then we have kind of the heart and soul of the deck, Rekindling Phoenix and Deep Fiend. Sacrificing Rekindling Phoenix to Deep Fiend and then just getting Phoenix back the next turn is just disgusting. As well as just any aggro deck trying to power through Rekindling Phoenix. It's just so brutal. The one problem we have against Rekindling Phoenix is Broco. Broco does shut it down pretty well. That becomes a bit of a liability, but you saw us beat it in the last round. You just have to have ways to deal with it. And then one Melody. Cute, nothing special. All right, then we got Stubborn Denials in the board. Great against control. You know, the Force Spike itself is usually good enough. But then if you can ever stick like a Bone Crush or anything, you know, having a hard counter spell, pretty good. I can see going down to 3. I think 4 is a little excessive. So, and then I like 3 Aether Gust, really good against any aggressive decks. A much needed slot. 3 Dispute, Control, and Oko. It's a main thing you really need against them. 3 more Melody. I like this. I like this because these ramp decks go so far over the top of us, but the card they go over the top with us is Krasis. So if we can steal their Krasis for 4 mana, like, it's still pretty good. I mean, they're drawing so many cards that we're still probably in trouble, but I really like it. Really good against control or creature matchups as well. We just turn into a control deck against them. And then 3 Wild Slash. Shock is great. I think this card should be in the main deck. And that's what I think we're going to do. So moving forward as far as changes, what I want to see for sure is Royal Scion's cut. I want 2 Wild Slashes in the main. I don't want this Stubborn Denial. Let's see. We can just go like this. It's maybe a little bit too much burn. I want to think this through because I really want to make a good version here. Now, let's go like this. Let's add 1 Champion of Wits. And then a card I think this deck really needs is Spyglass. What do I got here? Don't show promos. Quantity. All right. So this is what I would start with as far as a change. Get one of these out of there and get a Sanctum. Get a Sanctum in here. All right. So this is the changes I would make after playing 3 matches with it. And just kind of realizing what is important and what isn't important. Spyglass, for these blue-green ramp decks, which are going to be popular, you play it on Oko, boom, that's over with. Maybe you don't have the luxury of that and they're killing you with the Nissa. Play it on Nissa, shut that down. I think Spyglass is really good right now. There's not a ton of ways to deal with it. So I think 2 is a really good number to have. All right, everybody, that's going to do it for this week's Droppin' Bombs. I really recommend this deck, especially since we don't have any bans right now, and Oko is going to stay in the metagame at least for another week. So keep your Spyglasses. If Oko were to get the axe, maybe we can think about getting rid of those. But for now, I love this deck. I love this 75. Give it a shot if you like it as well. Leave some comments if you just want to chat about the deck, have any other points to make about what to add. Love talking to all of you. And we'll see you next week for another edition of Droppin' Bombs. See you later.